Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. I've been gone for another couple weeks, and let me tell you, I wasn't on vacation on a sunny island in Greece, and I wasn't having fun. I wasn't sick, and I wasn't sitting around twiddling my thumbs. I promised everyone that I'd be back soon to talk about gaslighting, which I just been wanting to talk about for so long. Now, I'm just going to say, I think the devil don't want me to talk about gaslighting because he just keeps taking me on all these adventures I don't want to go on and keeping me away from you guys, keeping me away from topics I want to talk about because I keep having to go down rabbit trails and down all these deep dark paths, just adventures of life, keeping me distracted from what I want to do, aside just from working every day. Okay, so enough of that. Let me tell you where I've been for the past 2 weeks. I just had to hop on here and tell you guys I'm not MIA, I'm not sick, I don't have COVID or anything like that. It all started with a financial emergency that popped up in the family I had to handle. So I'm the go-to person for these things. Got that thing handled. Then there was, unfortunately, the death of a close family member. That one hit me upside the head. This person's close to me in age. It was totally out of the blue, a complete shock. I had to process that. Still processing that. And all the while that's going on, I had to deal with a financial catastrophe of another close family member who's dealing with dun, 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 Jamaican crime rings who have completely taken over their whole financial life, their whole soul, and their whole identity. And let me tell you, trying to fix this and climb out of this hole is a nightmare. It is very time consuming. And I just wouldn't wish this on anybody. I'm losing my whole entire mind trying to get this person back on track and trying to fix everything, trying to undo damage, trying to prevent further damage, and keep my sanity intact all the while. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all this is because there's been a lot of lessons along the way that I think, and a lot of things that I've had to untangle, which is what my channel is about, that I think would be beneficial to others. Maybe you, the viewer, might be savvy of certain things, but maybe you have a family member getting caught up in some things they shouldn't be getting caught up with. So this is going to kind of give you some warning signs of what to look out for to kind of keep that family member from going down the same deep, dark hole of despair and tragedy that I'm having to fish my family member out of. It's terrible. I don't wish this on anybody. So I have to untangle this for you guys. Okay? Let me just go back. It all started with this obsession to win a lottery. Just a constant obsession to win millions of dollars from whatever lottery, whether it be Publishers Clearinghouse, Mega Millions, keyword, or whatever lottery comes in the mail, sweepstakes. This family member was completely obsessed. The mail was just coming furiously and piling up, and this person was just obsessed, was filling out all these sweepstakes forms and sending it back by the deadline, and it was just becoming a complete obsession. And I went over there and I was like, stop it. Don't send anything to any of these people. They're getting your financial information. You're going to be dealing with fraud. You're going to be dealing with scams. I need you to shred all this stuff, throw it away. Don't deal with these. They're not Publishers Clearinghouse. This is not real. Publishers Clearinghouse has very limited sweepstakes offers throughout the year. I think it's only once during the year. It's very obvious when they're doing their sweepstakes. All this other stuff is fake. This person acted like they were listening to me. But all the while, they just started going underground with it. And kept doing it. Let's fast forward. Now, this person would always call me and have an emergency need because they don't drive. Have an emergency need for stamps. I need stamps. I need stamps right now. Are you at work? Can you get some stamps on the way home? Who buys stamps in 2020, 2021? Who needs stamps right now? What is your emergency need for stamps? Do you have a bill that needs to be paid? I mean, I can pay it online. I can pay it for you. Why do you need me to stop what I'm doing and go get stamps right now? This is a warning sign that your relative is in trouble. But I'd be like, no, you don't need stamps. I'm pretty sure whatever you need stamps for can wait. Nobody needs emergency snail mail stamps in this day and age. Something is up. Like, I'm starting to think something's up. I don't know what, but this person doesn't need stamps. So I wouldn't go get them. I wouldn't. I'd be like, nah. Nah, you don't need stamps. And they'd be getting mad. But whatever, you can be mad. I'm not going to do it. If you have something that needs to be paid, whatever, let me know and I'll help you with that. Fast forward to the future. I'm going to leave some parts of this story out just to spare embarrassment. I don't want to share everything, but red flag. This is when everything came out in the open. I get a phone call from somebody with a Jamaican accent looking for my family member. And they know my name. I'm like, how do you know me and who is this? And how do you know my phone number? Oh, I'm such and such's friend. I know them from Florida. From where in Florida? And when in Florida? Oh, back when such and such in Florida, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know you. I never heard of you. And I'm pretty sure if you were such and such's friend, I would have heard of you before. And I'm still trying to figure out how you know my phone number and how you know my name. And why are you calling me? Well, I'm looking for them. I'm concerned because they're not answering the phone. Will you check up on them? Are they with you? First of all, if they're with me, it's none of your business because I don't even know who you are. Second of all, I still don't know who you are. And I don't see how you're that person's friend because I would know who you are if you were that person's friend. It was so bizarre. It really was strange. We ended up getting off the phone. I didn't give this person any information. Then they start sending me text message after text message after text message after text message, wanting to know where this person was. Why aren't they answering the phone? Starting to harass me for this person's whereabouts. I just responded and said, I'm at work. Please stop texting me. And that was it. They hadn't heard anything for a while. This was just like a week ago. So I asked this person later on that day when they came back to my house, who is such and such? Oh, that's my friend. Friend from where? From Florida. Since when did you know this person in Florida? Oh, back when I lived in Florida. Mm-hmm. Okay. I never heard of that person before until now. I don't really think so. I think all the times I've been in Florida and lived in Florida, I would have met this person. But, okay, with this person with this Jamaican accent. All right. It's really not funny, but I'm just losing my mind right now. And then fast forward some more. I get a call. I'm still thinking this was just a weird phone call. I'm like, how did they get my number? Oh, I gave it to them in case something happened to me. Why would you give this stranger who I still don't believe is your friend, my phone number and my name. They really couldn't answer that. I don't even know if this person really gave that other person my phone number, if they just snooped around for it. Who knows? I don't know. So, fast forward, another week goes by. Get a phone call. I have a problem. Someone broke into my account and wiped it out. Changed the address on it to some address in New York. I didn't need that, right? Really? Did you give your financial information to anybody? No. They just broke in your account, changed the address on it, and took all your money. Okay? All right, so let's start the investigation process, the drilling process. Here are the scams that were happening beneath the radar. First of all, there is a scam being run out of the 876 area codes, 808 area codes. Then the person that called me was calling me from the 561 area code, which is a Florida area code. Mind you, you can spoof any area code you want when you're making a phone call on a cell phone. There's apps for that, but I digress. But 876 is Jamaica. 808 is Hawaii. Well, scammers are using Hawaiian area codes to become more trustworthy, because there's not many scams coming out of Hawaii, but now there are, because they're using Hawaiian area codes. So the scammer was calling from Hawaii. Scammers were calling from Jamaica and Florida, and probably other area codes, but those are the only ones I really tracked down so far. And there were so many numbers. I mean, like I said, I know I'm missing some. One of the scams was calling from Jamaica to say, and again, this person didn't know it was a Jamaican area code because they're not that savvy. This is an elderly person, by the way. So this is elderly abuse. So there's a scam where you'll get a phone call and they'll try to promise that they'll lower your APR on your credit cards. So then you get suckered into the scam, like, oh yeah, I want my APR lowered. And then they'll start asking you for your financial information. Well, if you're not that sharp, or maybe you have diminished thinking capacity due to maybe dementia perhaps, or early onset Alzheimer's, or maybe even just, you know, like I said, you're elderly, you're lonely, you're sitting at home and you're vulnerable. You don't know that there are scams out there. You're not hip to the scams. You don't know how to use the internet. You don't know that someone could take your information and make accounts with it. Things like that. They just take advantage of a certain population. You don't have to have dementia to be subject to these scams. You can be young and be subject to these scams. So that's why I'm here talking about it. But they'll call and just promise you debt consolidation for 0% or whatever. And that's really tempting, right? If you're paying 13, 17% on your credit cards. And, oh, let's take your application. What's your social security number? What's your name, date of birth? What's your address? Oh, bam, you just gave them all the tools to take your identity and go open accounts everywhere. See how that works? It's a scam. Don't give people your personal financial information that call you promising to lower your interest rate, especially from 876 area code. So there was that scam going on. This person had. She also had the IRS scammers calling, threatening. You know, that scam's been going around a while. This person was calling me repeatedly when they would call saying, oh, I owe the IRS. They're threatening to come and take me to jail. It's not real. Just hang up on them. But they would get so intimidated and scared by the phone calls. Who knows? They probably gave them information too. Who knows? The information got out because someone broke in their account, took their money. So there's that scam. Then there is the lottery scam. So promising, hey, you won the lottery. You won Publishers Clearinghouse lottery is one scam. That's calling from the 808 area code and the 876 area code. And then there was the You Won the Mega Million scam. And with both of these scams is you get a car and you get multiple millions of dollars. But in order to get that, you have to send us a fee. You have to send us an audit fee. You have to send us a registration fee. You have to send us delivery fee. You have to send us whatever fee they come up with. Taxes. You have to prepay your taxes. Whatever they make up, and they'll constantly ask you for more fees before they ever deliver your prize, which is never wary. Never wary. 30 seconds is when you'll get your prize. So this person was falling for that scam. And what they'll do is if they can get access to your bank account information, which would not be smart, don't give them any information, but then they'll just take money out of your account like that, or they'll have you go wire money to them from Western Union, or they will have you go buy gift cards from CVS, Walgreens, Walmart. They'll have you send green dot cards. They'll have you send whatever kind of cards, whatever you can get, send it to them. They'll give you an address. So there's that scam. Now, I'm pretty sure maybe all of us know about all these scams. Once they get a hold of your account number and your routing number, your social security number, in this case, they were siphoning money out of this person's account for at least the past year on a regular basis. And they had her debit card number because they were using the debit card all over the country. Like different states, all in the same month, during COVID, of course, which is real highly likely. This person was making those charges in 5 different states in 1 month. So annoying. And doing regular telephone transfers out of the account because they had all of the security information to do it. Also, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. This one is a new one for me. I've been 20 years in the game chasing fraudsters, okay? And this one was new for me. So that's why I'm making this video, because it might be new for a lot of you too. So this Jamaican scammer, by the way, he goes by the name David Washington. If you Google David Washington scammer, you're going to find scams all the way back to at least 2009. And it's not that this particular David Washington did all those scams. It's different fraudsters using the name David Washington, and it's probably just from the same crime ring. They also in the past used the name David Morgan, another David something. This particular guy at this particular phone number also went by the name of Zach, Mr. Lucky. But the name he gave me was David Washington, and gave this person David Washington, which of course is not his real name. Come on, who knows what his real name is? But that's the David Washington crime ring. It's probably sitting in a room of David Washingtons. I digress. So the David Washington crime ring, guess what they do now? I don't know how long they've been doing this, because I haven't found this anywhere on the internet. This might be new. Okay, are you guys familiar with tribal lenders, tribal payday loans? So, usually in several states, there are laws implemented on payday lenders that max out the amount of interest that you will have to pay on a payday loan. So here in Nebraska, it's 36%. So if you go to a payday lender, you cannot charge more than 36% to a vulnerable person that needs to take out a payday loan. That's predatory lending. In every state, some states are unregulated. Some states have a higher percentage. Some states have a regulation with a lower percentage. Every state's different. Here in Nebraska, it's 36%. Well, when you go to a tribal lender through the internet, you apply online, they are on a reservation and they hide behind tribal immunity. So they get to charge, get this now, up to 699%. They don't have to go by your state regulation because they are on a reservation. Tribal lands. That's how they get around the state regulation. Okay? So, this fraudster, David Washington, took out a payday loan online in this person's name with the account information they already socially engineered from this person, fished from this person with the phishing schemes, took out a payday loan for 699% interest and had the money deposited in their bank account and then took the money out, stole it. So now this person's on the hook for the payday loan that they didn't take out with the 699% interest, which they basically owe their future. They owe their kidneys, their heart, their legs, their limbs, their brain, their future generations to come. They're going to be paying on that $300 because of the 699% interest. That company going to be in there clawing back that money out their banking account until they die and after their deaths, because you never pay that back. So I'm sitting here racking my brain to think, how in the world is this person ever going to pay back this loan? And then I was like, wait a minute. Okay, let me really think this through. So I go on their website and see that to get this loan, since this loan's of course not located here, and they're on tribal lands and they have this tribal immunity, you have to do it online. Ding, ding, ding. Well, this person doesn't have a computer, and one of the requirements to get the loan is you have to have an email address. Well, this person don't have an email address. They don't have a computer. They don't have a smartphone. They don't even have cable. So they don't even have internet. So they didn't apply for this loan. There's no possible way. They don't even know how to turn a computer on. So how did they take this loan out? They didn't. David Washington took the loan out. They had the money deposited in the account because they knew they had the full intention of stealing the money back out of the account. So I called this payday lender and let them know this is a fraudulent loan. And then they were trying to get me to verify the loan. I'm like, look, I'm not going to be able to verify the loan because this is not this person's loan. I can't verify something that's fraudulent. Well, what's their address, email address, so I can verify it? I don't know. How can I tell you what the fraudster's email address was? ABC1 through T at Gmail? I don't know what it was. What I'm trying to tell you is the person whose name the loan's in don't have an email address, so I can't give you something that don't exist. It was like, I might as well just talk to this wall right here. Talk to the wall. And then they asked me for like the address and everything. So I gave the address, and they were like, well, this information doesn't match. Yeah, it don't match because it's not real. It's a fake account. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The only thing real you have is the social security number, the name, and the bank account. And that's because it was stolen. Do you get it now? It's a stolen financials. This person did not sign for this loan. Therefore, they're not paying it back. Ever. That's what I want you to understand. So put that note on there, on whoever's account this is, David Washington's account, or his girlfriend, or whoever set this account up. That's how we're going to handle that. So that's a scam. Get this 699% loan in this person, in the victim's name, and have the funds deposited into the stolen bank account, so then you can steal the funds back out and put that person on the hook for a loan that can never be paid off. this is genius, really. Oh, let me tell you something else the lottery scammers do. When they call these elderly, vulnerable adults and say, "Hey, you won the Publishers Clearinghouse," um, and then you're asking them, and then they say, "Oh, you only have to send a $300 fee to confirm to claim your prize for delivery or whatever because we're shipping you a Mercedes and the prize money." Well, then they'll say, "Here, call this number at Bank of America, and they will confirm your wire has been transferred into your account." Then they'll give you a phone number. You call this recording, and it says, "You welcome to Bank of America," and press 1, press 2 for wire, whatever, whatever. So you press 2, and it'll say, um, "Congratulations, your wire for $2.5 million has been received into your account." Mind you, you ain't put no account number in there. All you did was press 2. But you're hearing, if you're not fully there or you're not fully hip to technology, like I said, you're 75 and you've never been on a computer and you're hearing, "I have $2.5 million at Bank of America waiting for me. All I got to do is send $300. Sure." It's totally a fake number. It's a fake recording with Bank of America. Then you have to call the fraudster back, and the fraudster says, "Did you confirm your wire was in the account?" "Yeah, it's in there." "Okay, let me send you the $300. "Okay, well, to send me the $300, just go down to Walgreens and buy a green dot card and send it to me." "I don't have $300. "Oh, I'll take care of that. Let me go put $300 in your account from Blue Sky Payday Loans," or what. That's not the name of the lender, but I'm just saying. "Oh, don't worry, you'll have no legal recourse against them because they are on an Indian reservation." That's the other part of the scam. It's endless. I have gone cuckoo crazy with this situation, let me tell you. And I'm not done with it. I'm still digging around in the trenches with this thing. But I really wanted to raise awareness with all of the intricate loopholes on how they can contact vulnerable adults. They'll look for retirees. They'll look on retired school teacher, um, you know, publications or whatever, and find out who all is retired now, and get their contact information off My Life or whatever, wherever they get it from, and start stalking you. And the thing is, you can't escape them. Like, if you don't answer your phone, they'll start contacting your family members. They are gangsters. And then if you don't answer the phone, I'm telling you, because I looked at the call log, they will call every minute. Text, call, text. Why you not answering your phone? Stalking. In some cases, I've heard where they threaten to put a bullet in one lady's head. They'll pretend like they're outside your house. You better answer your phone and tell you what kind of car you got in your driveway because they're looking on Google Earth. I mean, they're nuts. Don't ever getting involved with no freaking Jamaican lottery scammers or 0% interest, or respond to these IRS scams. I mean, the scams are endless. And if you suspect your relative is acting suspicious or secretive or wanting stamps all the time, or they have to hurry up and mail something off right away, when nobody's even really using snail mail anymore, and they never have any money. Like, they never have any money. And you're like, what are you spending all your money on? These are red flags. These are clues. You really need to go dig into their bank statements and figure out what's going on there. Especially if you know this person's not on drugs or not an alcoholic or not a gambler. You need to see, what are they into? A scammer's probably gotten a hold of their life, because they will take your soul. They will take every drop until you have nothing left. So what I did in this case is take control of the bank account, disconnected the phone so scammers cannot call anymore, forwarded the mail so they can't contact this person in the mail anymore. I will filter the mail. Whatever's important, we'll get to that person. Whatever ain't important, going in the dumpster. You need to really kind of take over and hit the reset button, because this becomes an addiction. Literally, it activates the same receptors in the brain as like a drug addiction. Oh, I'm gonna get this prize money if I send this $300. And you have those addiction chemicals, like pulling the lever at the casino. I'm gonna hit this time. That $1 million is gonna show up in the mail this time. It's crazy. It really is literally an addiction. Start research it, and this person will run around and start acting like an addict, like a literal addict, because those chemicals have been activated. And then when they might even start, you might do everything you can to get this person away from the scammers, and they might go against you and sneak and pull the scammers back into their life behind your back and start the cycle all over again. It's serious stuff. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. I'm sick. I'm busy. I got a lot more digging around to do. But I wanted to kind of put this out there to raise awareness. I mean, it's tragic. It's tragic. The new twist on it was the payday loan. I haven't heard that twist on it before. That's a new twist. Now, I've heard of them running up your credit cards. I've heard of them draining your life savings. I heard of them even taking your properties. But actually taking out loans in your name, depositing the funds in your account, and then stealing the funds out of your account. Payday loans off tribal Indian reservations. I never heard of that before. That's new. So they can avoid the same regulations that most have to abide by. It's crazy. I know this was the craziest video ever. But you know what? It took a lot of untangling, so that's why I made it. Because the channel's called Untangled, right? And that's what I had to do. I had to untangle some things. I'm still untangling. I'm the problem solver in my family. Still solving some problems. If I come up with any new information on this case, I'll share it here. Hopefully I'll be back on track with my regular subjects in the next few days, because I'm so over this. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for listening, and I hope that this helps someone out there. Okay. If David Washington calls you, hang up on him. 876, hang up. 808, hang up. Any spam caller, anybody you don't know, don't talk to them. Hang up. Don't give anyone your financial information. And if one of your family members starts acting suspicious, look into it. Look into it. Don't let it slide. All right? So thanks for listening, and I'll be back hopefully soon with another video. Take care.